Morning all, that time of the day again, Sunday Q&A. Right, before we start, I'd like to do shout-outs to Steve and Adrian, who I both met at Tramos. That was good fun. Turned up there, we was due to pick up, what did we pick up? Posh Furniture. Driving it around the place, and there were 4 vans in there. The guy was just called in at the last minute. He had to print off a mountain of emails. 3 hours it took me to get sorted and loaded. Fortunately, they paid me 3 hours loading time. So I got decent money for just sitting there doing nothing, which was lovely. But yeah, nice to meet you guys. And also to Lawrence at Hermes, who I keep saying I'm going to give a shout out to, who's a lovely boy. I went in there one day and Fruit was there, and he said, and he went, well, what's going on? And he sort of, I do these videos. And he was, he's terrific. So he's a really kind man. So Lawrence, all right, mate, you take care. Right. Let me throat there. Coronavirus. Right, so Argos. James Rowan, Paul Ogden and Charles Kay said, how did you get the job? The job comes up on the exchange. Lots of jobs come up on the exchange, which this Courier exchange is the thing we do. This is what a lot of people that watch these videos, this is what they're kind of on. And it's the platform where you go and you bid for jobs. And it's not like mountains and mountains of Argos vans. They just needed 2 vans. They got 3 drivers out there running like 3 times a day. And they needed another 2 vans to supplement their 3 drivers while they're shut, because it's Argos Fast Track. You order the parcel in the morning, it comes in the afternoon, and they just didn't. They're over capacity, so they're full at the moment. But there are loads of other jobs out there, and as Christopher Zerblis says, how much are you quoting? We originally quoted him 160 quid, but it's gone up to 180, and even for 180, I'm not I'm happy with it, because I mean when we quoted it. It's guaranteed work, but it starts at 2, it finishes at 10, it's 30 odd drops. I'm getting more money on normal days running on the exchange than I'm doing Argos, and I'm getting up at a decent time and I'm getting home at a decent time. But when we took it, there was a fear of what the future holds and are there going to be any jobs? And I thought, well, we'll best take this because there might be absolutely nothing. At least we've got a guaranteed wage. And in fairness, I'm doing 1 day off. Ali's doing 3 days on and then 1 day off. So I'm only having to do 1 day in 4. I think I've got to do 4 left till the end of the contract. And if things are still going well on the exchange, they're going okay at the moment. Still hitting my targets every day, like I say. I'm not really keen to pick it up again. It's all right, but it's that late start, late finish. And it's no fun looking for people's houses in the dark. When I signed up for all of this, I didn't sign up to be a multi-drop driver. I signed up to be a light haulage driver, pick up a pallet, drive it to Leeds, drop off a pallet, get one coming back, get a decent day's wages, no grief, listen to the radio. So that's the size of things on that one. Steve May makes a good point. I said about when you're doing the Argos, stick the parcels in the front, put them in an order. Some insurance companies won't insure you if you've got parcels in the front. So that's worth checking out with your insurance company. Like I say, it's not my regular gig and I've only got another 4 to do. So with that in mind, I'll probably minimise the amount of parcels that I've got, or maybe I'll have to just wing it and put them in the back or whatever. No, I won't. I'm going to leave them in the front. I'm just going to take a chance. And if I come unstuck, it's my lookout, isn't it? But it's not my regular thing. But if you're doing it all the time, then you're taking that advice, then maybe that is something you should check out. And Tunnel Runner says, who's got the Argos contract? Like I say, it's not an Argos contract. It was just a one-off jobs. But if you're on the Courier exchange, and I did do a video about this on Argos Part 2 or Argos Part 1, normally if you flick to the bottom, in fact, I'll do a link to the Argos part. Where's the link go? I don't know. That box that appears there or there to the last video if you want to watch it. And the box is at the bottom, and it'll be like Harrow to Harrow or Northampton to Northampton, 0 miles, and then it turns out to be a day drop, and you quote either a day price or a mile price, depending on kind of what is involved. That's basically Argos. Lot to get through as usual. The thing I said about quoting. I did a little video on quoting. I know I've done it before, but I try to bring it up to date. And Chris says he works the same way as me. Hope it's working for you, my friend. Mike Saunders says, Mike Saunders actually, he had quite a lot on this, and it's he must be a shipper, so it's invaluable advice. You want to listen to this. He says, if it says e-quotes only and somebody rings me, I kind of think, can't you read? So it can act against you. He said, but if you open with the line, hi, I know it says e-quotes only, but I'm chancing my arm and try and make a joke out of it. He says, you might get further. It kind of depends what mood I'm in. It'll be like, nope, or, oh, okay, I've got time to talk to the guy. And you say you're chancing your arm and that kind of stuff. And he adds some other tips. He says, make sure you put a realistic ETA on it. Yeah, I've had that one before. I mean, I always put a realistic ETA. Normally what I do when I ring and quote, and they go, how far away from you? I'll sort of go, look, I'll tell you what, give me the postcode now, and I'll put it straight away. And then you can go, right, I am not as close as I thought, 53 minutes, 27 miles, and they go, yeah, that's all right, that's okay, because they know you're going to be there on time, and that makes a difference to people going, I'll be there in 5 minutes, they're in Birmingham, and the job's picking up in Southampton. So that and again, I've been talking to people before when I'm quoting away, and like I'm like with the chips, you're chatting away, delivering to the engineer, yeah, I've done that before, and as they're talking, they go, anyway, you should have that job now, and you go, oh, have I got it? Oh, wonderful, oh, thanks, mate. Talk to people, sell yourself. Give them confidence that you're going to do the job well and that you know what you're doing, and you've got so much more chance of winning. As Jason Burke says, you kind of need to be a salesman to get business, and it's part of the job. When you're trying to win a quote, it's kind of part of the job. So, anyway, back to Michael Saunders' points. He said, if you've got low or negative feedback, put a little thing about yourself in the members of the page. You could turn around and say, I'm a new driver, I've had experience, I used to work for Hermes, I used to work for DHL, and now I've come on here. Or you can say, I have had a couple of please excuse a couple of negatives I had at the beginning. I was new to the game and I made a couple of schoolboy errors, but now I'm over this and I promise you I will do a decent job and all that kind of stuff. And his final point is, if your feedback is low and you quote low, it can act against you. So you've got it, again, it's getting that balance right. It's always getting that balance right. If you quote silly low, say for example, the job should be worth about 150 quid and you quote £135, £140, that's kind of okay. If you start quoting them 75 quid, the guy, he said, I'm going to look at it. I'm going to see you with negative feedback. I'm going to see the silly price you put in. I'm going to think, he's an idiot. I'm not going to give that job to that guy because it's just going to go wrong. So be careful. And if you're talking to them and they go, why have you put in such a low price? You've got to justify it. Why have you put in just a low price? Because I'm in Newcastle, I live in Dunstable, and the job is going to Dunstable. You can have it for diesel money, so talk to them, sell yourself. That's what you got to do. Right. Fuel prices. Now, it's another interesting one that's cropped up this time because a few of you have been kind enough to text me through some fuel prices. Rambata10 said he's with Key Fuels. By the email, they wanted 98p. He called them, they dropped it to 93 pence. Mohammed Farouk is currently paying 90.98 pence on UK fuels. Rahil, sorry mate, my handwriting's terrible. Rahil Ahmad is also paying UK fuels 88.10. I think it depends who represents you. I mean, one guy turned around and said 93p, apparently, like about 10 said 93p is as cheap as we can go. And he goes, yeah, but if I buy it at the pump, after I take the VAT off, it's actually cheaper than you're giving it. And he went, kind of best we can do, mate. I'm kind of lazy with mine. I don't chase it as much as I should. I mean, like Gareth Vickers says, he's on the Shell card. There was someone else who said here. Someone else, I forget, he said he's on Fuel Genie. Why have I written that down? Oh, Adam Scher, sorry. He's on Fuel Genie. He says you pay the price you pay at the pump. And I assume that's less than that. And he says, I'm happy with this because I know what I'm paying. So you can find the cheapest still and use the Fuel Genie card. Gareth Vickers is on the Shell card, which I think is slightly dearer through UK Fuels. He said, I keep asking them to send me emails and messages. They don't. So I'm going to try and drill into this. I'm semi-tempted to do, if you can all text me through the fuel prices on Friday night, and I'll do a video to remind you, but just a little short one. And then I might do, like a Saturday morning, a kind of Fluff Friedman chart rundown of who's on what fuel cards and what prices they're paying. And that way, you guys, if you want to, on Monday, you can ring them up and go, what are you paying at? You told me 93p is the cheapest I've got, but I happen to know that there are several people out there that are getting 88 pence. So why are you messing me about? So we're going to try and see. We might give that a go. I'm going to give it a bash on Friday, ask you for your fuel prices, do something on Saturday morning, and we'll see if it flies. And if it does, hey guys, we could be saving loads of money on fuels. I bet you I'm going to get an absolute deluge now of people going, I'm paying this, I'm paying that, you guys are paying way over the odds. And I bet you I'm one of them, muggins here, who can't be bothered to put the time in. Like you getting I am. We'll give that a bash. See how it goes. Now I've written stuff down here, and I've written stuff down here. No, I know I have more of these. Yes, I remember what I'm doing here. Handwash. Right. Now, what we talking about? I did one because I was in that place and they said, buy this stuff. It's like 5 litres. We've got to be careful here. Now, it's to do with the percentage of alcohol. Now, Adrian Pugh come up with a blinder. He's using isopropyl, ISOPROPYL, which is vehicle alcohol, which is 70%. If it's too astringent like ethanol, it's 97%. Apparently, it can kill your hands. My mate Tim, who I've known since I was at school, Tim Lovett, hello mate. He's I believe, a psychiatric nurse. I know that he's a frontline care worker, and he said my hands are absolute state at the moment because it washes all the natural oils off your hands and dries them out, and then your hands start to crack and you get pains and all that kind of stuff. Chris asked me for the link. Chris, I haven't got a link. Don't know, mate. Try that isopropyl thing. However, Harper Valentine has on the bits underneath has done a link onto some website. So if you scroll under the hand wash bit or somewhere, you'll see Harper Valentine's link. Click on that. I've got a challenge for you. He's a friend of mine as well. I've known him from my days in the market. He's photography, climbing type. They get about a video on how to make your own hand wash. He's doing these videos all the day, like how to make star cushions and how to draw cartoons. That's not really my thing. But a video on how to make your own hand wash could be very useful. So, and you've got the DIY skills. Whack it out, mate. I'll put a link across on a little there or there thing if I can. And, get you some subscribers, hopefully. What else we got going on? Grant Melton says, he said, because I said, why can't I just use fairy liquid or sort of liquid soap? He said it's laborious and you are washing natural oils off your hands. So, the hand wash is better. You just do them and it's easy and it's done and it's over there and thumbs. That's, that and that and that. You got to do all this. I found the best way to get cheap hand wash is to use everybody else's. Go into Argos, use their hand wash. Go into anywhere else where you've got to sign a thing off, use this. It's just easy. Just use everyone else's. Pumps. Right, miscellaneous. Here we go. Tim Jones is he's doing pet deliveries. Should he go lower to attract the price? I don't think Tim Jones is on the CX. I don't really know, mate. Only because he says, what does e-quote mean? Well, when you're on this CX platform, there's a bit that says you can either ring them and tell them how much you do the job for, or you can e-quote them. Tim, if you want to call me, I'll gladly talk you through it. If not, you can go to the website. There's a way to link to there or there. And there's loads of information on the website now. I'm building a website. I'm building, trying to sort of get some money. So I'm trying to do some places where if you want to know all about it, you can click the link and away you go. Early days. RK said he thought I had corona because I didn't make a video. Well, I didn't really ever plan on throwing you a video a day. That was just to give you an idea what is running. I didn't have corona, but I almost did get flu. As it is, I turned up. The first place had the boiler. The second place, the flu was out of stock. So I didn't get the flu in the end, but they did get the boiler. It's a crap joke, but incidentally, it did happen. I had to drive an hour to a place, to a plum centre, and I went, knocked on the door. They wouldn't let me in. I'm having a telephone conversation with the guy I can see over there. Fair enough, they're protecting themselves. And I'm going, I'll come to pick up the flu. He said, we sent an email this morning, we haven't got it. Oh, that's handy. And Mr. L says, are there any drivers out there either pausing or freezing their insurance? I don't know. I'm not, but I'm still running. So I can't. I'm still working every day. And in fairness, I am managing to hit my targets. Fingers crossed. But yeah, if anyone else is out there, please let us know and I can pass that kind of information on. Rabata Tenny says, are you still accepting 30 days, 60 days from companies? Yes. I fear there will be a problem. I fear that soon we're going to hit a point and we're going to go, right, I've done this work. where's my money? And they'll go, oh yeah, well you haven't paid because the customer hasn't paid because it's shut. And I think a lot of people might use the current crisis as an excuse not to pay. I guess that's another bridge we'll have to cross when we come to it. But if they stop paying, then they'll stop getting work. So, and most of the companies we use tend to be big companies. So at the moment, because they're the ones that are posting the jobs. So just fingers crossed it'll still work out okay. The Cloudy Courier trying to look after me. He says you can buy proper warm sleeping bags. To be honest with you, I tramp about twice a year. And one of those has got to be in the summer. So I have thought about inflatable bed for the front, decent sleeping bag, high tog sleeping bag. And I went, do you know what? It happens twice a year. I'll just wing it. And then, you know, I think I'll be okay, you know. Days of Speed says, apparently the government guidelines have now changed. It doesn't say anymore essential work. It now says if you can't work from home. I think we're doing both. I can't work from home, and a lot of the jobs I've been picking up, medical jobs, hospitals, the Argos is really debatable. I do sometimes look at them and go, are you telling me that you couldn't survive without Lego? You know, sort of, is it really that important? But hey, you don't know what you're taking them, do you? One of them is a hand sanitizer type thing, so I guess that is important. David Wendell says he's young and he's having a problem with getting courier insurance because it's too high. It is a problem being young, mate, unfortunately. Like I say, you could try the Business Choice Direct one, which is, again, if you follow the link to the website which I put on earlier, there's a thing on there. Give them a bash. They're probably your best. They work with the exchange, but if you're young, and it's going to be high. And then the question is it worth doing? Maybe, I don't know. Something you're going to have to weigh up yourself, my friend. I suppose it depends what other options you've got out there at the moment. So. And finally, Gary John Baker asked, I don't really know why, he said, when is your birthday? I was born on the 24th of October 1969. I was 50 this year. So, yeah, there's my birthday. So anyone wants to wish me happy birthday, you can do it in about 6 months' time. Finally, conclusion. Danny Boy says, he says, there's not a cloud in the sky and the roads are clear. Part of me, and I hate to say it, is actually finding life easier under the current stress. My job is easier. The sun is shining. There is no traffic on the roads. I'm getting to pick up stuff quickly. I'm getting to drop the stuff quickly, and I'm getting my money. So, I mean, obviously, I want this to end as soon as possible because it's dangerous and it is killing people and it's shocking. But I do also think at the same time that when everything does go back to normal, I'm kind of going to lament it. The next time I'm sitting in a traffic jam on the M25, I'm sort of going to go, didn't used to be like this. But nevertheless, that's not important. What is important is we get through this and we get through it safely and we get through it with the absolute minimum loss of life that we can. So use your hand sanitizer like that. Palms, top of your hands, in between your fingers, thumbs, wrists. Do the whole lot. There's a video on it. Do what you can. Let's keep the country running here, guys. And while you're doing it, take care, take money.